You should be able to see my screen. And I hope that you all are in the right place. This is the Being the First presentation or session for the conference tonight. And so shout out to College AIM for putting this program together. I'm really excited to talk with you all tonight, have a conversation. By no means am I positioning myself tonight as the expert. I feel like I'm just a vessel here to share information with you and to bounce ideas and help you think about what this huge next step in your life will encompass. So a few more of those things. And so my presentation tonight, again, is Being the First. My name is Jamesia Terry, and I actually work with College AIM as the program manager for post-secondary success. So what that means is I work with the college students and support them from their first day on campus, well, really, while they're still in high school, transitioning over to the college side, all the way through until graduation and beyond, if they so choose to keep me in their lives. And so my presentation tonight is titled, He Was Number One. So I don't know if y'all watch SpongeBob, but there was an episode where SpongeBob, the man's name was Smitty Wiggerberg, something like that. And he was dead. But SpongeBob like really admired this man because of this hat, this funny hat. And so in the episode, SpongeBob is always like, he was number one. And you're probably like, Jamesia, that is corny. Why? And because I admire you all, and I feel the same way about you all and just first generation students and college students in general as SpongeBob did about Smitty. And so I admire the fact that you're taking this risk. You're taking a chance on yourself, on your future, and for your family. You're resilient. You're bouncing back from a lot of just information that's being thrown at you, and you're figuring out like, how am I going to funnel this information? What can I do to make the best use of the information and this opportunity that you are taking on yourself for this chance? The pride that you have wherever you come from, and all of the expertise and experience and joy that you will bring to this conversation tonight, and the impact that you will have on me tonight, but then also that the impact that you're having at your schools and that you'll continue to have from now and beyond. So yes, Being the First, it's a conversation about what it means to be a first generation college student. So you're probably like, who is this girl? I'm not going to talk about myself a lot. I do like to do pictures in my presentation, so you won't see a whole bunch of words, but I promise we'll be fine. So again, my name is Jamesia, and I am too a first generation college student. And so what was important for me to be persistent and to keep going throughout my college journey was remembering what my why was. And so in a couple months, well, not a couple months, in several months, you'll be signing up and attending what you call your freshman college orientation. And so that's your first almost exposure to the university or college in person and being on campus. And so I started out at the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, but then I ultimately transferred to the University of Tennessee at Knoxville. And I went to my orientation, and I remember these polos, and I was like, I want to be like those people. They were just on stage dancing, doing all these different things that I didn't think I could do, but they were an example. They were our leaders. They were able to put themselves in a position to share so much insight about not only like the school and why they enjoyed the school, but pieces of themselves, their personal lives, and pieces and parts of their stories that you might not necessarily see just seeing them dancing on stage. And so I saw that, and I was like, I want to be this for other college students, because I was a transfer student, a first generation college student, just new to the process, but I was really excited to be where I was, and I felt that there was power in that polo. So I put on that polo, did my undergraduate experience at the University of Tennessee at Knoxville. Then the next picture is me with my family. I was like, you know what? I love this college thing and I want to be in college forever. And I graduated with my master's degree in higher education from Florida International University. Still, that passion of helping students succeed and define what success looks like for them as they work towards graduation was something that I held near and dear to my heart. And so I worked at Kennesaw State University in the orientation department again, helping students realize that power that's in the polo. And then I also had an opportunity to work in orientation at Bethune-Cookman University, again, because that was my why. And then at the end, you see all of these people on these stairs, and those are all of my siblings. And so as I kept going, it was hard. There were so many moments that I was just wanting to be like, peace, this costs too much. It's costing me my peace. It's costing me a lot. I'm away from home. I miss my family. I miss everything that I was used to because I was out of my comfort zone, navigating the unknown. But I knew that there were all these little faces, my younger siblings, it's a lot of them, I know, that were not necessarily dependent on me to be the example, but I wanted to position myself to be an example for them, being the first to go in my family. So moving along, we're gonna do a little icebreaker. So I think that I allowed everybody to talk, and if I didn't, oh no, let's see. You can unmute yourself or you can use the chat, but I'm gonna make sure, or the Q&A if you wanna type in the Q&A to answer the question, okay? It's not necessarily a question, but it's the answer. So to get the juices flowing, an icebreaker question: what is the soundtrack to your life right now? So for example, the song that's been getting me through is Do It by Chloe and Haley, or Halle, however you say her name. So what's the soundtrack to your life? What's getting you through your days these days? And so you can type in the Q&A, or you can unmute yourself. I'm gonna allow folks to talk if you so choose. No pressure though.
I'll go. My playlist, my favorite song is like changes like every day. But one of my favorites that I just play on repeat is Holy by Justin Bieber's new song, and it's about like love and how important it is. And love is something I value, but it's also something like that I need, like my relationship with like God or things like that and stuff like that. It helps me get through like challenges I face or like setbacks. So Holy, that's my song, and I recommend it if you haven't heard it yet.
I'm writing that down. Nice. Thank you, Celeste. I need that, like, pick me up in the morning. My dog is like, wake up, it's time to go. And I'm like, I'm not ready. Anybody else would like to share? You can share in the chat, the Q&A chat, or you can unmute yourself. Y'all have to forgive me with, this is like a new version of Zoom I'm using. All right. We will move it right along if nobody else would like to share. So cool.
Oh, I have one song.
Go ahead.
Don't Wake Me by Christopher Williams.
I've not heard that. I'm gonna write that down too. How has that been getting you through? What's like the gist of the lyrics?
It makes me feel good, you know, just gets the brain juices working.
Mm-hmm. Nice. I'm gonna add that to the list too. I like a good song. Cool. We're gonna hop back over into presentation mode. Hold on, my computer. All right. So a little bit about how we're going to spend our time together tonight. We'll do some introductions. If you feel comfortable with introducing yourself, you can say what high school you go to if you are in high school, or anything that you would like to say about yourself. And then we're going to do what we call a brain drain and think about collectively as what it means to be what it means being first or a first generation college student. Then we're going to pack that Birkin. I know, corny, super corny, I know. But we're going to talk about strategies and ways to be successful while navigating the college process as a first generation college student. And then we're going to end with granting ourselves permission to go ahead and to move forward. So to get started, if anybody would like, no pressure, to introduce yourselves, you can say your name, what high school you go to, and then what's your biggest pet peeve if you so choose. And I'll give it like a couple of minutes for folks. right. It's all good. It's all good. So moving along, and I know my text messages are popping up, y'all. I'm so sorry. So what does it mean to be a first generation college student? And so the basic definition of being a first gen college student is a student who's neither of whose natural or adoptive parents received a baccalaureate degree. So you're the first in your family to go to college and obtain a college degree at a 4-year institution, basically, or it means also 2-year institutions, just an institution of higher education. And so some of the things that I have listed out, and I left a few blank because, again, I want to invite you all to share your perspectives and share what's on your mind and be a part of this conversation. Like I said, I'm not positioning myself as the expert, but as a thought partner with you as you embark on this next phase of your life. So what does it mean being the first? You're taking a risk, taking a huge risk. You're doing something that no one in your family has ever done before. You have this huge sense of pride. You want to set the tone for your family with taking this opportunity to go off to college and major in whatever, and then eventually get you a career in a career field that's related to your major or whatever. Then a part of what it means to be a first, not knowing where to go or what to do. You have all these questions. You're the first person that's going, and you're like, what is this uncharted territory that I'm getting myself into? These expectations, you have a bag of expectations, your own personal expectations, expectations of your family, your friends, your siblings like me, but there are people who are silently or maybe vocally depending on you and how you're gonna lay out this journey and this process for yourself. You're fearing the unknown. You have a lot of questions. And then I left a few blank spaces because I also want you all to chime in and talk about what does it mean being the first for you. And so you can use the Q&A feature or you can unmute yourself. And I'll give it a few minutes again, but no pressure.
Okay, I know I'm talking a lot, but
no, it's okay. I love it. I need this.
Okay, so for me, not having I am first generation, so I don't have anyone to ask questions to.
There's a message for you.
Sorry. I have to I have no one to ask questions to, so I have to kind of figure things out on my own.
Mm-hmm.
But, also there's a pride in you have in your presentation. There is a pride in being the first, and you get I get so pumped up when my aunts are like, oh yeah, you're gonna be so successful, you're gonna do this, this, and this, and this, go to college, get your good education and all of that. And then it gets me excited and pumped up, and then I sit and I realize I'm like, wait, now I actually have to do it. So it's almost it's almost like a fear, but also an excitement. So I think it's cool to be a first generation, but it's also a lot of unanswered questions that you kind of have to find for yourself. But I'm glad I can be that for the people in my family who will see me and want to and decide to go to college. So it's cool.
Thank you, Celeste. I feel that. And I put that. Having a lot of questions, you're like, wait, what? And then I'm pretty sure hearing everything earlier, it's like, yes, this is great. This is so much information that is valuable to me and things that I need to know. But at the same time, you're writing everything down like, what am I going to do with this? What am I supposed to do with this? How? And who do I go to? Because everybody needs somebody. Thank you, Celeste. In the Q&A from Marlo, it means a lot knowing I can change my family history and make my peeps, yes, shout out to the peeps, and family members proud. Again, that pride, that being the example, being the first, that's an honor that you should wear so greatly, even making it to this point and having that intrinsic self-motivation to want to do well, want to change the trajectory of your own life, your family's life. I feel it. I'm right there with you. Anybody else would like to share? Is there anything that we're thinking of that's not necessarily on one of these stickies? Cool. All good. We're going to keep it moving, okay? So keep these things in the back of your mind. And so from this brain drain summary, or from the brain drain exercise, I wanted to pull out some big overarching themes that involve being a first generation college student. There's this pressure to succeed. All college students have the pressure of going to class, making A's, doing well, graduating in 4 years, getting involved, doing all of these things, having this picture perfect college experience. And you're like, wait, how do I do this? But that pressure is doubled, sometimes tripled for first generation college students. Again, thinking about what Celeste shared of not knowing who to go to or where to go when you have questions about the process. And then also going to what Marlo put in the comment chat or the Q&A chat is that pride and being that role model. You're excited, you're happy to go. You're like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it great. But you have this pressure of being this great first example for so many people, including yourself. And so is there anything else that's a big theme that thinking about some of these ideas or things that we brainstorm, is there anything else that's a big overarching theme? I feel like the expectations piece too is one, because you have your expectations that you have of yourself, that your professors are going to have of you, your family have of you. Is there anything else that we're missing as we go through thinking about what does it mean being the first to go in your family? No. All right. So we are going to keep it moving along. Wait, I see the Carlos added standards and prestige. So meaning like the bar that's being set or the prestige related to the institution that you're going to, or just the prestige too that comes along with being a college student and having a degree. It's like, it's a double-edged sword kind of, because it's like we're proud of going to college and getting a college degree, but then you have to think about like, okay, I'm the first in my family and I'm still just like my family. And so am I going to be held to a higher standard now? What does that look like? How do I have conversations like with my peers that may not have gone to college, with my cousins, my siblings, my parents? Y'all, that's hard. But I agree with that. I like that. I'm going to add that too. Standards / prestige. Ooh, can't spell. Okay, there we go. Cool. Is there anything else that we want to add? The pressure of getting it right, doing it right, and doing it in a timely manner. Being a role model, being an example for so many. I know some people might like the limelight, but it's like being a role model. People are looking at everything you're doing. Oh, did you fail biology and have to retake it? Or, oh, did you not get that internship? And so how do we talk about those things when you have people looking up to you? That pride, it's an overwhelming sense of excitement that comes along with being a first generation college student for yourself, for your family. Those expectations, again, so many levels to it, and that standards / prestige that comes along with attaining a degree in higher education. So we'll continue on. So this is kind of the book of what the strategies that I wanted to talk about or discuss with you all this evening. And so again, I'm really corny. It ain't a Birkin, but keep working. Y'all know the songs. Little baby in a bed. Okay, no. And so some things, high level things that I thought about or I felt that were worth sharing and bringing up in conversation with you all tonight are here in this list. And so I know this generation, I'm not too far removed from y'all, but we always talk about securing the bag and like getting the money and getting to it. But there's so many things that come before securing the bag, like achieving the goal of graduating, if that's what you choose to do. And so the first thing on this list is to refute imposter syndrome. And so I can put it out there. Has anybody heard of imposter syndrome or what that might be? Yes, no, maybe so. I'm going to explain it really quick. So imposter syndrome is just this idea or this phrase or thought. Marla said no. This phrase or thought that comes with a feeling that individuals might have saying like, I'm not supposed to be here, or I'm not good enough to have received the opportunity to go to the University of Georgia, or I'm not good enough to have gotten this scholarship to go to Trinity College or Bard College, or why did they choose me? Or you're on campus and you're getting several opportunities and you're like, why me? Like, did I do something? Like, how am I being so lucky? Or, oh yeah, I'm so lucky, or I'm feeling out of place. And so it's these thoughts that we have in our mind that tell us that we're not good enough or we're not deserving to be where we are in life, when you really are. You are not in the room or have been accepted to a college or a university by mistake. You're not there to be to add to diversity. You're not there for numbers. You're there because you worked hard and you deserve to be there. And sometimes we have to remind ourselves about what that means to us every single day. I know for myself, multiple times of the day. I graduated from graduate school and started my journey on getting my first professional job. And I was like, wait, why me? Like, I knew that I worked hard to get to college and go through college. I paid my money, took out my loans, and I still didn't feel deserving or good enough for all of the great things that were coming to me. But that was just a result of my hard work. So let's put in the chat box. I'm a minority female that wants to major in computer science. So imposter syndrome definitely floats in from my head. In my head from time to time. I feel that, Celeste, and I hear you. And I want to be here to affirm you that you are so deserving of being exactly who you are, owning your identity, and going into the computer science field. And I know you think about these different majors and fields and opportunities that are at these institutions. And with computer science, that's a male-dominated field. But we have some bad women who are rising up, such as Celeste, that's about to be the future of what computer science looks like from moving from this point forward. And so you're supposed to be there. You worked hard. It's a goal that you have. And just like everybody else, you should have the room and space and time to achieve that goal. And so that's a big idea. And I know sometimes it's hard because self-doubt is real. Imposter syndrome is real. But I'm here to be a little voice in your head and telling you that you deserve it and you're supposed to be there. And so remind yourself that too. So the next point, continue to step out of your comfort zone. So I don't know. I think there's a raise your hand function. I don't know. We don't have to use the chat and things like that, but think about it in your head. Are you was attending this conference tonight something that was out of your comfort zone? I know for me it was. I know for me. I just started with College Aim a few months ago. And I'm like, I was a first generation college student, and now I'm here to talk to other first generation college students about what it means to be a first generation. Wait, I'm confused. I'm the wrong person for this job. And so you have to take those opportunities to continue to push yourself forward. And so you are here. Next, you're going to apply. You probably already did your FAFSA. These are all little steps to pushing you outside of your comfort zone or what's been the norm for you in your life. And once you get to campus, you have to continuously do that. It's going to be hard, but it's going to get to a point where it's like, okay, you know it and you own it. And you're now taking advantage of opportunities that you feel align with your interests and your goals. And so continue to do that. Remind yourself of that when you go to campus. Find your squad and keep them close. There is nothing like a strong support system of genuine people who really want to see you do well. And so, and your squad can look like so many different things. It could be your family, the people that, you know, you lived with or that sent you away to college, or it could be your roommate. It could be a mentor that you had, or a former high school teacher, or guidance counselor. It could be so many different people, so many different things. And I feel like it's really important for first generation students to find those people who really care about you and have your best interests at heart, and that you know that you can depend on. Not necessarily use them like as a crutch. I mean, we all have those moments where we need to just like vent and go to people, but have those people that's going to keep pushing you on and holding you accountable to achieving this huge lofty goal that you have. The next one is remember that home will always be there. So this was a big thing for me when I went off for college. It was the fact that I was missing home. I felt like I was missing out on so much stuff when honestly there was nothing that was going on at home. People continue to live their lives as they wanted to, day by day. But I had to remember that home will always be there, and that I was on a mission to achieve a personal goal of mine and to do something that would benefit myself in the long run and my family. And so remember that home will always be there for you to go back and visit on holidays or however way you choose to navigate that. But home will always be there. The next one is plainly write out your goals. And so I don't know about you, but I have daily goals. I have monthly goals, and then I have my quarterly goals and my yearly goals of everything that I want to achieve. Do I always stick to them? Do they always get achieved? No, but it's a matter of taking the time out to write. Like, what are your goals? Why are you going to college? Why are you going to college? What is it that you want to get out of this experience of going to college? Of course, it's a degree. What is it that you want to study in? Is there a job that you want to have exactly once you graduate? Do you want to obtain scholarships each semester or each year? Do you want to get involved, be a leader on campus? Like, what do you want your college experience to look like? And I'm not telling you to go in and be like, oh, I'm going to graduate in 2.5 years and do X, Y, Z. But there are some general goals that you already have, that you've already been considering and thinking about as you're taking your step on this journey. And so your big overarching goals for college could be to graduate in 4 years. I feel like that's a very manageable goal. It could be to have X amount of dollars in loans. It could be to get involved in the computer science or women in STEM organization. It could be so many different things. And the thing about goals is that it's okay if they change, and it's okay if you don't necessarily get them checked off. As long as you have a plan and a vision and you're working towards that plan, the steps along the way might change. They probably will change, more than likely. But the fact that you are not just aimlessly going and wondering, you can stay on that track. And I feel like that's important for all students, but in particularly first generation students, because there's so many, going back to those, the sticky notes that we talked about earlier, the pressures, the expectations, like you see college one way, but your family might see college another way. And so you have all these voices and all these different things that are going on in your head and in your mind. And so it's easy for you to just write it out and see, where is it right now that I want to go? What is it that I want to achieve? Even though the steps might change, you have that plain and clear, no matter the clouds that are around you. Use the resources on campus early and often. OMG. Even with the students that I work with now, they're like, wait, what's on campus? Like, wait, we had this, we have that. Yes, your campus is equipped to have absolutely everything that you could possibly need or want. Most colleges and universities should be able to function like its own small little city, and you should not have to phone home or go anywhere or go outside of campus to get the resources or access to the things that you need on campus. And so all of the resources that you need to succeed are on campus, okay? And most time they're labeled as free, which some might be free, but most of them you pay up front in your tuition and fees. And so that's another thing, like look at all those, the line by lines of what you're paying for, but take advantage of them often and early. For example, a resource on campus would be your professor's office hours. Your professor is a resource, a human resource, but a resource nonetheless. And so go to office hours early and often. Most times students are like, well, they don't want to talk to me, or, oh, I'm gonna bug them, or you're in your head and you're thinking about like all the reasons why you shouldn't do it or why this would not be a good idea for you, but it's a great idea for you because that's something that, you know, you're paying for in quotes, but then also something that you have access to and you should be able to use and you deserve to use as often and as early as you want. So go. That includes like the tutoring lab, the writing centers, the study abroad office, the scholarships office, any office department on campus. They were put there for you to be able to succeed. So use them, go to them early and often, even if it's just you saying, hey, you're stopping by the Center for Student Engagement. Hey, just want to introduce myself. And then boom, you go by this office and you introduce yourself and they're like, hey, do you need a job, like an on-campus job? Or hey, like, do you want to sit on this panel or do XYZ? That literally happened for one of our collegians who goes to Georgia State. She told me, she was like, I just was going to the orientation office every week and just saying, hey. She was like, they had peppermints, and I would get me some peppermints. And then boom, they asked me that I want to apply to be an orientation leader. And so that's how opportunities come for you. And so when you use these early and often, they know who you are. So most people wouldn't eventually end up, they wouldn't mind writing a letter of recommendation for you or considering you for a scholarship opportunity. Trust me, you're gonna need references and letters of rec all through college and even once you graduate. Because you've already established those relationships, it won't be hard for you. It'll be easy, okay? Think about the money, but do not let it consume you. College has a hefty price tag. And I know for first generation college students, I know for myself, like I came from a family that was not able to give me anything towards my college education besides well wishes. And I took them with me, and they gave a lot. But my family or myself did not have the means to pay for me to go to school. And that was hard. That was tough. I felt like I looked at it as though it was a deficit for me, that I was going to always have to think about money. I was going to have to work through college and all these different things. And I want you to think about these things and consider all of the different opportunities to receive financial aid for yourself. But don't let it consume you and don't let it hold you back. Don't think about an opportunity and say, hey, it's not for me because it costs too much, or it's this or it's that. First, ask, always ask, always ask, always ask. Ask the institution, ask the departments where it's like you're going through the application process, ask the admissions counselors, ask. Tonight, once you go to the booths and everything, don't let that be the only thing you ask about, but ask. It should naturally come up in conversation, but ask, because there is money and there are ways to get things paid for. But then also think about this experience in this opportunity as an investment for yourself, for the right now, and for your future family, for your future, whatever it is, dogs like me. Like, it's an investment for you to be able to live your best life and live at your highest potential. Ask for help. Again, I just added that in the last point, but always ask for help. I'm going to share my contact information after the presentation. I'm a resource to you. Everyone in College AIM is a resource to you. The people that you're going to meet tonight at the college booths, they are resources to you. Your high school teachers and guidance counselors, they are resources to you. And once you get on campus, so many resources available to you, the people. So ask for help. I'm not going to say don't, because I know we're humans and it's natural for us to just sit and hold something in. I did it and I still do it now. But ask for help. I want to give you this courage to ask, advocate on behalf of yourself and what you need, because if you don't do it, nobody else will do it for you. College AIM will help. So definitely reach out to us if you need that help. Be proactive. Get in front of things. You don't want deadlines to creep up on you and you're like trying to finagle everything, because a lot comes with being a first generation college student, and you might have other things to think about or other responsibilities or obligations while you're going through college, and your college experience might not necessarily look like the college experience that's on TV. I'm trying to think of what's on TV right now that people are watching. Moesha, she went off to college in the episode, and Sister, it might not necessarily look like that, or may not look like your roommates or somebody that you know that went to college. So be proactive. Use their experiences and everything that they went through, thinking about your own experiences, what your college or university has available to you, and be proactive, okay? Stay in front of everything. Get involved. And I can't stress it enough. I feel like getting involved is what changed my whole mindset about college and kept me in college and helped me go on forth and graduate, and then eventually want to get a master's degree, and now want to work in this realm of working with students. I realized my screen wasn't full screen, but it's okay. Let me make it full screen again. But get involved. Find something on campus that excites you, that you're passionate about, or that you want to learn more about. Or they might just have food and you're like, I want food. But get involved, get to know people that are on campus, because that's what's going to keep you there. That's going to be your community. That's going to be your new family. Those are the people that are going to hold you accountable and push you forward to graduating eventually. College is not easy. No one said, I mean, I don't know, people might say it, but no one that I know have said that college is easy and that people can do it alone. Like if college was easy, like everybody would go, everybody would have degrees. Like get involved, find your community, find your niche, find what speaks to your passions, what speaks to your interests, so that you have yet another outlet or network where you have a squad and you have people that are pushing you along towards that opportunity to graduate. And also getting involved helps you to be marketable while you're in college and also once you graduate. And so me being an orientation leader, I thought I was just having fun, dancing, being able to talk to students and get them excited about seeing themselves on campus. But little did I know that one involvement has led me to where I am in my career. So get involved. I see a question. Hold on, let's see. Let's see. Question. Oh, okay. Thank you, DeCarlos. So yes, get involved. Take risk. Okay, take risk. You're going to college and you're taking a risk already by putting yourself in this new environment to do the unknown and to do and accomplish so much that you probably don't even know what's coming towards you. But continue to take those risks on yourself. Be smart about it, but take chances on yourself. There might be an opportunity that comes across your screen like, hey, do you want to study abroad in Paris? And I mean, I know that the world around us right now looks different. But if that opportunity comes, why not you? Why not? Why can't you not go to Paris? Why can't you apply? Don't let anything hold you back. Take that risk on yourself because it'll help you in the right now, but then also speak to where you want to go in your future. Make it personal and be persistent. Again, remember that why and keep it going. Keep it going. That's what's going to fuel you. That's what's going to keep you there, okay? And believe that you are there on purpose. Like number one, you're there on purpose, not by accident, but then two, you're there on purpose because the world has you at that school, that college, that university, in that place with those people for a reason, for you to learn from them and then for you to give so much back to that campus as well, okay? And then the last part, something that I want you to think of as you conclude this whole entire evening is you giving yourself permission, okay? I don't know if y'all watch Insecure like me with Issa Rae, but she has these moments in the mirror where she's just like, you are the best, you are the baddest. And so I want you to start to speak that same thing, those same things, and have that same energy over your life. And so I have this phrase, I give myself permission to blank, make it personal and be persistent and work towards it, okay? So that is my entire presentation.